Don't worry, Jamie, I'm not gonna start feeding. I'm going for a ride. And I am taking an ostrich with me. Folks, Longhorn Lester here, and I have my cup of Kool-Aid. It's Crystal Light. And I have my little kennel carry thingamajiggy in the back of the truck. Let me show you what's going on over here. I've already cranked up the truck, and I have it cooling off because, let me flip my camera around. Today we start the ostrich training, taking longer rides in the truck. You all know what happened last time. I put the ostriches running in the back seat of the truck. They made a horrible mess. We're not doing that anymore. I put my seats up. I got me a container large enough to where the baby can walk around, stand straight up. She's not going to be forced to be squatting the whole time. I do not have any puppy pads. I have no puppy pads, but I do have paper towels for now. I will buy puppy pads before we actually leave on Thursday. But I want to take the baby for a little ride, a little bit further this time than what we went last time. And my goal is to do this all week until we leave on Thursday. So let me go grab her, and I'm going to leave the truck running so the AC will be nice and cool when we get back. Hey, what's this? Seriously. Listen, as I'm making my video, I hear the Amazon truck drive off. I look over here, and he literally put 4 packages right there. He took a picture, and he drove off. Who does that? Who does that? Because it's obvious the front door, the front door is at the front of the house. Why would he have thrown down 4 packages? He didn't throw them down, he set them down, and he took a picture and drives off. Seriously, who does that? Jeez, doesn't that guy know where packages go? It's like he's never watched an I'm a Survivor video. Come on, Maggie, we got a job to do. I was trying to avoid all that, Carl. Oh boy, they're going right to Daddy. Carl, I need to borrow that little girl. They're getting faster and faster to catch. They're getting faster and faster, which means harder and harder to catch. So I need to get that little girl. They're gonna run right to Daddy. So I'm gonna have to go get some feed to entertain Carl while I catch that little girl. All right, while those 3 wallow around in the little sprinkler pad, Carl has come over to watch her eat. And she's the one that I need, and I think that he knows it. Carl, I need to borrow her for just a few minutes, buddy. Wait, is that her? Oh my gosh, who's her? Okay, that's her. No? See, if we don't get these ostriches moved fast, I'm not gonna know who's who anymore. They all look to be so close to the same size. I got feed now, everybody. I got some feed. I'm gonna try to drop some feed over in here, and hopefully Carl will come to the feed. The beauty of these things is that whenever they get in a corner, they don't want to fight you. They'll just hunker down. Oh, she's heavy. I hate when they make that sound because I know that's kind of a distress call. There, she's scared. We know she's going to be scared. But I also know from experience that it will get easier with time. They become conditioned. So, all right, here we go. All right, baby. Put your head right down in there. Oh, the truck feels nice and cool. Oh, you didn't have to jump down like that. So, actually, I was wrong. I was actually wrong. She can only sit down in there. Oh my goodness, I was wrong. She can't stand up in there. Not all the way up. Oh no. Oh, I did not know they had gotten that big. Okay, guys, don't worry. I will have to resort to getting a bigger. Okay, so step 1, I will be buying myself a larger, much larger crate, because I'm not going to have her having to squat down the whole time. For now, she can. But that's not going to be comfortable. So for right now, she's gonna have to be squatting down for today's short little drive. But what I'm gonna do is make sure that before our trip this week, she will have a much larger crate. Because yeah, that looks uncomfortable to me. I would not want to be traveling anywhere like that. Okay, so I am glad I did it. I'm seriously glad I did a test run. We're really glad to do a test run. Sweetie, I tell you what I can do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to let her out. I'm just going to let her out. I'll just let her out. And I'll just spray out the truck again because this is going to get nasty. Y'all give me a second here. All right, that's a good girl. Now we're going to take this silly thing out. And you are going to just run around on there, right there. So she can't get in the seat because I've put the seats up, and I have those thick, heavy rubber floor liners that go across the whole floor. So I will still get some puppy potty pads just so I don't have to stop and rinse them off. I can just pull the pads out every time she goes to the restroom. And I'm hoping that along the way, once we start driving, she'll just settle herself down. So we still have 5 days until our actual trip, so that gives us 4 chances to get out and drive around a little bit. Today would be drive about number 1. Drive about number 1 with our little Sue. Sweetie, today we're gonna just, what do y'all think? Just 30 minutes? 30 minutes, let's just go 30 minutes, Sue. All right, so she is set down. Okay, well, we're just gonna kind of drive around for 30 minutes and we'll be back. You look out the window. Oh, baby, that looks kind of sad to me when you look out the window. When you look at the window, it makes me feel sad. That's like a movie. That's like movie sad. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to video this. This is gonna make me sad. If I get sad, then would y'all look at that? Guys, it's June. It's only June. Can you imagine when we get up into August? All right, you ready, love? You ready, baby girl? Oh, sweetie, we're just gonna go for a ride, okay? I know that there's nothing advantageous about making a video like this that's going to help the page. But I did make a promise a long time ago to make sure that I bring to you the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a lot of pages out there that will make sure they only bring you things that highlight and showcase how great they are. And this over here is kind of sad for me. Not only is it sad because what a miracle birth this little girl, showed us, but also because, she's been here for almost 2 months, and watching her and the bond and with Carl and all of the neat things. Anything about Carl is just beautiful to me. And then, we have a plan. We kind of took what happened, the blessing that God gave us, and we worked it out to figure out how it would best, serve those around us. And so we kind of figured out, based on the genders, the males, the females, how to make it to where everyone had a partner of all the ones that are going to be staying with us. And then Sue was, being the lone female. She could very easily, friends, listen, she could very easily live and grow up and be in the same pasture as Carl. She could very easily stay there with Wanda. There at I'm a Survivor. But so there's nothing advantageous about us taking a trip to Oklahoma just so that we are already friends with the Arms family. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story, but it's not that funny. There's a particular YouTuber that reached out and had a small following, but I get it. We were at some point the YouTuber, the Facebookers with the small following, and so I get how you look for ways to collaborate to help grow your page. But this particular fella reached out and wanted to make a trip to Texas. He wanted to come by and hang out with I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, Lester and Jamie, and the cast of I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. And his reason for coming down was because he was going to bring us a rescue. Okay, fine. We have no problems, and we had the place for the rescue. I don't want to give away the actual person's name or the actual rescue because some of y'all may recognize the person, and I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. But man, all of the arrangements were being made, and plans and scheduling, and all the things I had to go through to plan this kind of a trip from another state. And at some point we were on the phone talking, and this individual was talking about what he would envision, what he would like to see in our video. What part of what he would like to see in our video? And it got me to thinking. I'm like, wait a minute. This is not something that I reached out to him trying to find a collab. He reached out to us trying to find a way to, I don't want to sound braggart and like rub elbows with the big time, with the bigger names in the farm and rescue and sanctuary and whatnot, the forever homing. But whenever I told him that my angle was going to be on the rescue, not really, I didn't share the same vision. I did not share the same vision. And all of a sudden, because so-called YouTuber was not going to get the exposure that he was wanting and needing from this trip to Texas, he decided not to come. So, my feelings weren't hurt. It's actually easier when you don't have to prep and plan to have company. But yeah, that changed all of his plans. And so I think that's kind of funny when it's not really funny. It's mostly just sad. Go ahead, buddy. Oh, I'm talking to the guy in the red truck in front of me. He and I were both staring at each other, both wanting to turn, and I said, go ahead, buddy. I don't guess he heard that, but all of you did. So what we cannot have is this over here the entire trip. Now, all of a sudden, I'm kind of thinking to myself that maybe that smaller crate would be better. Because do we really want her up on her feet trying to walk around in a wobbly truck right now I'm driving 27 miles an hour, but at some point I'll be driving 75 miles an hour. Do we really want her up and about running back and forth in a truck that's moving and, hitting the brakes for traffic and everything else? And so I'm kind of going to have to think about this for a minute. I'll be more than happy to hear your thoughts. Would it be better that she were in a little bit smaller crate where she can't be so active, like the one that you saw her in when I first started the video? Or would in fact she be better off just having, I can find a lot larger crate. I don't want her in the back of the truck. I want her in the front so that we can keep her in air conditioning, obviously. You don't want her in the wind. Because my full intention is to get her all the way to Oklahoma as healthy as she is right now. I know there's going to be some stress. Guys, there's always stress involved when you move any animal. You already know there is. There's stress when you move any animal. You can take your animal to the vet and cause stress with all of that movement. But I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. She's going to be the highlight and the focus and the showcase of so many Arms family videos. And that's what I'm excited for her. So we have a lot of thinking to do. Thank y'all for going along with us on this little ride.